Here's a high retention, viral style script with drama, pacing, and emotional payoff. It's written for YouTube storytelling. Title: Entitled Millionaire's Daughter Disrespects Judge Fleischer. Instant karma hits. The courtroom was unusually quiet that morning. Not the normal kind of quiet. This one felt tense, like everyone knew something was about to happen. Judge Fleischer adjusted her glasses and glanced down at the case file in front of her. Her expression didn't change, but there was a subtle shift in her posture. She had seen thousands of cases in her career, but this one already smelled like trouble. "Bring in the defendant," she said calmly. The doors swung open, and in walked her, dressed head to toe in designer clothing, heels clicking loudly against the floor, was 23-year-old Alina Voss, the daughter of billionaire CEO Richard Voss. She didn't just walk in, she owned the room. Or at least, she thought she did. Her sunglasses stayed on indoors, her phone was still in her hand, and she didn't even bother looking at the judge as she took her seat. A few people in the gallery exchanged glances. Judge Fleischer noticed everything. "Miss Voss," the judge began, her voice sharp but controlled, "you may remove your sunglasses in my courtroom." Alina smirked. Slowly, she lowered them, just enough to reveal her eyes, but not completely. It was deliberate, a small act of defiance. "I didn't realize there was a dress code," she said, her tone dripping with sarcasm. A ripple of whispers spread through the courtroom. Judge Fleischer leaned forward slightly. "There is. It's called respect." But Alina just leaned back in her chair, crossing her legs, clearly unimpressed. This was going to be one of those cases. The case itself seemed simple on paper, a car accident, but not just any accident. Alina had rear-ended a man named Daniel Harper, a middle-class delivery driver, at a traffic light. The damage to his car was severe. Worse, he had suffered a neck injury that forced him to miss work for weeks. And according to witnesses, Alina had been on her phone, but that wasn't the shocking part. The shocking part was what happened after. Instead of apologizing, she laughed. Multiple witnesses claimed she said, "Relax, I'll just buy you a new car." But she never did. Instead, her legal team tried to dismiss the case entirely. And now here they were. "Mr. Harper," Judge Fleischer said, turning her attention to the plaintiff, "you may tell your side of the story." Daniel stood up slowly. He looked nervous, but determined. "I was stopped at a red light," he began. "Next thing I know, I hear this loud crash, and my car jolts forward." He paused, glancing briefly at Alina. She stepped out of her car, and she didn't even ask if I was okay. The courtroom was silent. She just looked at the damage and said, "This is going to be expensive," like it was an inconvenience for her. Judge Fleischer nodded. "And did she offer assistance?" Daniel shook his head. "No, Your Honor. She told me to send the bill to her assistant," then got back in her car. Alina let out a quiet laugh, not loud, but loud enough. Judge Fleischer's eyes snapped toward her. "Is something amusing, Miss Voss?" Alina shrugged. "I mean, he's exaggerating." "Oh?" the judge replied. "Then by all means, enlighten us." Alina sat up, flipping her hair back. "First of all, it was barely a scratch. He's acting like I totaled his life or something." Gasps echoed from the gallery. Daniel looked stunned. Judge Fleischer didn't react immediately. That was her strength. She let people expose themselves. "Miss Voss," the judge said calmly, "are you denying that you were using your phone while driving?" Alina hesitated for a fraction of a second, then smirked again. Everyone uses their phone. That was the moment. The exact moment the energy in the room shifted. Judge Fleischer leaned back, folding her hands. "Not in my courtroom, they don't," she said quietly. Alina rolled her eyes, and that was her mistake. What Alina didn't realize was that Judge Fleischer had already reviewed the evidence, every piece of it, including the traffic camera footage. "Let's take a look," the judge said. A screen flickered on, the video played. There it was, Alina's car, speeding slightly, drifting forward, and in her hand, her phone, clear as day. The impact was sudden, violent, undeniable. The courtroom fell into a heavy silence. Alina's smirk disappeared. Just a little. Judge Fleischer turned back to her. Would you like to revise your statement? Alina crossed her arms. No. The audacity. Even now. Even after seeing the evidence. She refused to back down. Very well, the judge said. She turned to Daniel. Do you have documentation of damages? Yes, Your Honor. He handed over a folder, medical bills, repair costs, lost wages. Judge Fleischer reviewed them carefully, each page adding weight to the case. Meanwhile, Alina checked her nails, completely disengaged, or pretending to be. Then came the turning point. Miss Voss, the judge said, do you understand the severity of the situation? Alina sighed dramatically. It's just money. Why is everyone making it such a big deal? That sentence, that one sentence, changed everything. Judge Fleischer removed her glasses, set them down, and looked directly at her. Because to him, it's not just money. Her voice was still calm, but now it carried something else. Authority. And to this court, it's about responsibility. Alina didn't respond. For the first time, she looked unsure. The judge continued, you endangered someone's life. You dismissed their suffering. And now you show no remorse. Each word landed like a hammer. And you think your wealth places you above consequences. Silence, heavy, unavoidable. Then came the verdict. Judge Fleischer straightened up. Judgment in favor of the plaintiff. A pause. You will pay full damages, including medical expenses, vehicle repair, and lost wages. Alina's eyes widened slightly, but the judge wasn't finished. Additionally, due to your reckless behavior and lack of accountability, another pause, you will pay punitive damages. Now the room reacted. That meant more, a lot more. Alina finally spoke. Wait, what? That's ridiculous. Judge Fleischer didn't blink. No, Miss Voss. What's ridiculous is your attitude. For the first time since she walked in, Alina looked shaken. Do you think money protects you from consequences? The judge continued. Because today, it doesn't. The gavel came down. Case closed. But the story didn't end there. As people began to leave, something unexpected happened. Daniel approached Alina, not with anger, not with revenge, but with something else. You know, he said quietly, I didn't want all this. Alina looked at him, confused. I just wanted you to say sorry. That hit harder than anything else. For a moment, she didn't have a response. No sarcasm, no attitude, just silence. Because for the first time, she understood. And that's the moment people remember. Not the verdict, not the money, but the realization that respect costs nothing, but means everything.